Which has the most ridiculous errors, Bluey or Peppa Pig? Today we're going to find out. Now here comes the...
And of course...
Let's start with Bluey. Although Bluey is a very visually appealing show, it also has its little animation mistakes. The haunted cinema. In the episode Movies, when Bandit, Bluey and Bingo buy popcorn and tickets, the cinema wall is red and there are 2 posters that we can see clearly. Later, when they go out for more popcorn, the wall turns purple and the posters change completely. So does this cinema have a life of its own and remodeled itself?
You know that a good magician never reveals his secrets.
But hold on, because the details of the refrigerator and the $4 sign remain the same, which confirms it's the same place. Curiously, in the second scene, an additional $4 sign appears inside the refrigerator that wasn't there before. The answer is simple: elves. The toys that disappear in Backpackers. In the episode Backpackers, Bandit and Chili remember their youth while carrying Bluey and Bingo. Near Bandit's feet and behind Chili's tail, you can see some toys lying on the ground. Everything's fine so far. But in the next scene, the toys completely disappear, as if someone had stolen them. Well, apparently someone has sticky fingers. The changing spots of Bingo and Bluey. In the same episode of Backpackers, when Bandit goes out to buy croissants, Bingo's spots look normal. One on her head and another on her back. But when Bandit takes out his wallet, the spots merge into one. Poor Bingo. I think she got dizzy from anemia, and that's why even her spots moved. But as soon as the camera zooms out, the spots separate again. Also, the spots on Bluey's back change position between scenes as if they had a life of their own. The phantom bench on the poster. In the poster, Frisky gets upset with Uncle Wrath and decides to call off the wedding. She walks away to be alone, and Chili along with the girls go to comfort her. When the camera pulls back, you can see a bench with a dog sitting on it, apparently eating something. Moments later, when the shot pulls back again, the bench and the dog have completely disappeared, as if it was just a ghost dog. The traveling spot in Trampoline. In Trampoline, Bluey and Bingo play on the trampoline with Bandit. At one point, when Bluey jumps, the spot that's usually on her back suddenly appears on her belly, as if the spot had decided to jump along with her, and in the process, it moved to her belly. Poor Bluey, she really needs some good maintenance. The tape that disappears in Fruit Bat. In the episode Fruit Bat, Chili is taping her hockey stick, and you can see she's already wrapped it several times. But when Bluey comes into the scene, the yellow tape disappears completely. This happens from one moment to the next, which suggests that Chili might be able to make things disappear like a witch. The magical cleaning in Duck Cake. One of the funniest background mistakes appears in Duck Cake when Bandit is baking the famous cake. The countertop behind him is a mess, full of flour, sugar, and bowls. Suddenly, in the middle of the scene, everything cleans itself up. Just like it happened with Thanos' snap. I don't think there's such a helpful ghost in this house, or is there? But what about Peppa Pig's mistakes? We all talk about Bluey, but Peppa Pig also has a dark side. So let's go straight to digging into it. Characters that slide. Then something really awkward happens visually. Peppa starts sliding toward George as if the floor were soapy. And not satisfied with that, Daddy Pig and Grandpa Pig also slide, but sitting on chairs. They don't walk. And here is a mandatory pause. Take a good look at the scene. There are 2 plates set out, but no one is sitting there. Who are they serving? The ghosts of the orchard? Nobody knows. The questionable salad. They present us with the famous salad made with tomatoes, lettuce, and Grandpa's cucumber. And George, for once in his life, is right. That's not a salad. A tomato cut in half, a piece of cucumber, and a leaf of lettuce without dressing is not a salad. It's evidence. Pure sadness on a plate. The missing container. Suddenly you notice something strange. Dad's fork is missing. So, the logical question is, how is he supposed to eat? And magically, as if she were a witch, Peppa pulls a fork out of her pocket. Like she'd unlocked infinite inventory in her pocket. The mistake that almost no one notices. Here comes a really good one. The tomato has a shadow, but it's on top, not underneath. This tomato isn't resting on the table. It's floating spiritually. The fork going through the face. In another shot, Peppa pierces her lip with the fork. George's rotten tomato. George hates tomatoes. Perfect. So, where is the second piece of tomato that was on his plate? Did he eat it without realizing? Did he hide it? Did it evaporate like everything else in this show? The flipped dinosaur. Grandpa Pig asks George to try the lettuce. Now the lettuce is a dinosaur. Of course. But Grandpa turns the dinosaur upside down for George. For what? So he can admire it? To confuse him? To humiliate him? Next episode, Dad hangs a painting. We move on to the next episode and Daddy Pig is reading a newspaper where the text is just lines. And in the next scene, the newspaper disappears completely. He doesn't put it anywhere. He doesn't fold it or throw it. He just leaves. Tools in the wrong place. Daddy Pig says he needs a tape measure and a pencil. The toolbox is right in front of the couch. It's very clear. Impossible not to see. And even so, the guy stretches forward as if the box were behind him. Either the couch moved by itself or Daddy Pig doesn't know what dimension he's living in. The number of nails keeps changing. Now he needs a hammer. We look at the wall. 5 nails. Cut. We look again. 4 nails. Another cut. 5 nails again. Not even inflation changes as quickly as the nails in this house. The painting that disappears.
And look here.
The painting that was hanging above and to the left of the couch disappears completely. It doesn't fall or break, nor does it move. It simply ceases to exist. The absurd hole in the wall. Daddy Pig pulls out a nail and suddenly about 10 bricks come off the wall. 10! With just 1 nail! Daddy Pig pulls out a perfectly formed block, almost like a Lego piece, but on the floor there are pieces of broken bricks. So, where did they come from? Complete mystery. And instead of using the block he already has, Daddy Pig decides to bring about 17 bricks when he only needs 10 to cover the hole. We don't know if it's bad construction or if Daddy Pig simply didn't pass math in school. The physics of plaster and paint. The plaster starts to spread magically even in areas where we never saw it go. And even worse, it seems to spread across the floor as if it were a living entity. Paint, interestingly, does work with normal physics. Miraculous cleaning and recycled nails. Daddy Pig cleans everything and the house is spotless. And here's a fun fact. He puts back the same nail he had taken out, because magically, once again, there are 5 visible nails. Mummy Pig is always prepared. Finally, Mummy Pig appears with a hammer and a nail in her hand. There's no toolbox nearby. Conclusion? Mummy Pig is always prepared. Hammer, nail, and infinite patience to live with Daddy Pig. So, who has the most absurd mistakes? Peppa Pig with her broken reality or Bluey with her moving spots? Leave your answer in the comments.